Halloween in New Orleans has gone full Swiftie this morning with a front yard display celebrating spooky side of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's fairy tale proposal.
Oh, yeah.
The city's queen of Halloween, Llewellyn Berger, has turned her famous skeleton house into a Swift-inspired showstopper.
All right, let's talk about Spooky Swift with USA Today's Taylor Swift reporter, Bryan West. Always great to have you, my friend. So what inspired this?
Hi, Dave. Hi, Jim. So this was inspired last year during the Eras Tour. When Taylor Swift brought it back to the States, one of the locations was New Orleans. And this skeleton house run by Llewellyn Berger is always decorated in a fun theme. She brings hundreds of skeletons out. She makes all of her own costumes. And she knew as soon as that happened that she should set up a display. I have a book. I went there last year. And so she set up the Taylor Swift, the Scaras Tour. And it was all the different eras. Fans from all over came up to her yard. And she thought this year, I don't know if I'm going to bring Taylor back out. But as soon as the proposal happened, she said, I've got to do it. I've got to set up that kind of gazebo setting. She still has the 12 different eras, including the afterlife of a showgirl. She took the album cover and put a skull over the top of it. What's interesting, though, with Llewellyn is she's saying that this might be the last year, but she wants to possibly auction off a lot of the Taylor Swifts. So if that happens, I will definitely be writing about it. But right now, she says she loves watching when they're out of town, the cameras, to see everybody who's coming up, taking pictures, and they get a lot of foot traffic.
I'm sure they do.
How do I dress up? How does everyone dress up as Taylor Swift? We want a few tips for Halloween.
There's every single era you could go for it. And I know you're a big fan, Dave, but a lot of fans go from, whether it's country debut Taylor with the boots and maybe summer dresses all the way through red, scarves, fall, autumn. You have Reputation if you want to dress in all black and get a pet snake. You have Folklore Evermore with the plaids, Midnights with anything that's blingy, and same with Diamond Dripping for Showgirl. So there are so many different eras that you could possibly dress up on. I love the costumes though that are super niche. So for example, at one of her tour stops, somebody dressed as a full willow tree, which is a nod to her song Willow.
And I don't know, aren't you going to just be Travis for Halloween?
There's also
I have
Travis
not
that you can
revealed
dress
my
in.
costume.
In the Chiefs number 87, that's a really easy one as well. Maybe Hamlet. How's Hamlet, Dave? Because of Fate of Ophelia?
There you go. Because the 87 thing has been a little overplayed
Yeah.
in recent years.
I think Dave's going to be original no matter what it is. We don't know what it is, but we're looking forward to finding out. I think. I'm a little afraid because it might involve all of us at the table. All right, let's switch ideas now and talk about all these records that Taylor is breaking with Life of a Showgirl.
The biggest one that she broke in the past few days was she reached 4 million units, and that's the amount that she sold for the Life of a Showgirl. She surpassed Adele's 25 album, which was at about 3.5 million, but 4 million is really interesting that she passed that. A lot of fans were, on the fence about several of the different variants that she released, but a lot of those went towards these album sales, and she made a post this past weekend saying, I have 4 million reasons to thank fans.
So there's always the what's next question. What is on the horizon? Is there anything we know about the wedding date? Is there anything we know about appearances or concerts? I know you're all over it.
The two biggest questions I always get is, when is the tour happening? She did speak about this on one of the radio shows, saying right now she is a little tired. She wants to take a break, but she also knows how massive the Eras tour was. And if she goes back on tour, she knows it's going to be compared to that and wants to make sure that it's an amazing spectacle. So as of tour dates, there isn't much word on that. As far as the wedding, there has been a lot of rumors and speculations about next year. Taylor recently went on Seth Meyers and said she hasn't even started planning it. Her main focus was getting this album out and making sure to talk about it. And Travis's main focus is football. But I'm keeping my eyes open as early as next summer. But she said she was going to start planning it right when Showgirl was released. So I'm sure she's figuring that out right now.
Many are wondering if Blake Lively will be invited. A lot of speculation about that, Jimbo. And I got to tell you, Kansas City Chiefs look like a Super Bowl team again, so she could be back in that spotlight. Bryan West, always great to have you, my friend. Thank you so much.